Dave Meltzer, guys like that.
What the hell does Meltzer know, a little puke?
No! I really don't care what Dave Meltzer has to say.
You know, this guy Meltzer is so knowledgeable of this industry. Why has he not opened his own territory, ran his own business? Because the first thing he would do would put himself on top, make himself the champion, and everybody on the net would hate his fucking ass.
No! When did you
You should have been a booker.
What?
You should have been a booker.
Okay, all right.
Well, yeah. I mean, you know everything about it. You should have been very successful.
Not in this era.
You're the most knowledgeable person I've talked to, almost in my life. Next time Brent calls me, I'm gonna tell him to go shut up. I don't want to talk to him anymore. I'm gonna talk to Dave Meltzer.
All right.
Listen, you know, it's just impossible to talk to you.
Okay.
You're like an awful lot of people that I've known in my lifetime, and I guess that must be like some people you've known.
Yeah.
I did it, and you wish you could.
No!
Internet writers and dirt sheet guys, were they your critics?
No, I didn't care. Like I always said, if all those guys are such great wrestling minds, I mean, anybody can Monday quarterback. I just always thought that, you know, if you're so brilliant, why have you not, you know, Meltzer, why have you not booked it for a major? You know, those sheets had a lot of, you know, dud. You know, and it was every year it was like match of the year, you know, Abu Zago versus Napoleon in the Carokian Hall. Like, yeah, right. You fucking saw it when. You saw it from fucking Oakland? Fuck you.
Backbone Wrestling Network. Welcome back to Meltzer Knows Best? ? During this podcast, of course, we will be watching through each and every match that Dave Meltzer has rated 5 stars or more, and deciding whether he is spot on or whether he is just flat out wrong. I will say, I think we're on a pretty good streak of being flat out wrong, so we'll see if that continues tonight. But I will bring in my co-host before I introduce what match we are doing tonight. I will start with Keith Langston. How you doing, Keith?
I am doing just fantastic. I am excited to talk about this, in my opinion, abomination of a fucking match.
Oh, God. Yeah, that is one way you could describe it.
I'll just leave it that way.
Yeah, we'll definitely get into it. But Shawn Kidd is also here. How are you doing, Shawn?
I'm good. I wouldn't exactly call it abomination. I mean, I obviously have some takes on this. But yeah, I can't believe we're doing episode number 10, and Logan gave us an 82-minute match to watch on episode number 10. So buckle in.
I didn't know it was that long when I first. I was searching for the video and I looked at it and it was like an hour and a half, and I was like, "This has got to be wrong." Like,
I will say, Dave Meltzer should probably quit writing reviews after watching this match. So.
Yeah. He went full like.
Yeah.
This is I would say spoilers, but this is him like attaching himself to a guy because he like really loved Mystico last year, because there's a couple of Mystico matches, and like this is like his obsession with like a guy, and like him focusing on that and giving everything that he did like 5 stars or close to. But Scott Shiflett is our final host for tonight. How are you doing, Scott? Or Shift? Sorry.
It's fine. You call me both. When it depends on the pod. When we're serious, it's Scott. When we're not serious, it's Shift. He called me both, so it's going to be interesting. But I'm here for the Grand Prix Parmenade, or whatever the hell it was called. So glad to be here with you boys tonight. Let's see what happens. Let's
Called
touch some luchadors.
Called the Grand Prix.
No, that's you.
That's what I just heard. Speaking of Grand Prix.
All right. Well, both guys have kind of let the cat out of the bag, but we are talking about the Grand Prix International 2025. It is a Torneo Cibernetico match. That is a lot of words, but it is basically Team Mexico from CMLL versus Team International from kind of all over the place.
Team International.
Yeah, and International. But it's people from NJPW, people from AEW, people from Rev Pro, just kind of all over the place. But Team Mexico is comprised of Mystico, Volador Jr., Atlantis Jr., Mascara Dorado, Neon, or Neon. I don't know. It has a little accent mark over it, so it could be Neon, I guess. But I'm going to say Neon because I'm a redneck from Mississippi. Templario, Titan, Angel de Oro, Zandokan Jr., and Defunto. And then we have Team International, which is Mike Bailey, Rocky Romero, Taiji Ishimori, the Beast Mortos, Leo Rush, Action Andretti, Michael Oku, TJP, Robbie X, everyone's favorite, and Donovan Dijak. Or I can't remember if he's just Dijak or Donovan Dijak.
I think he's Dijak now.
Okay, he's just Dijak. Okay,
I think.
But those are your teams. It's 10-on-10. It's elimination. As we'll see throughout the match, it's a lot of getting in and out. Like two guys will be in there doing their spots. They'll pop out. Another crew will come in, and they kind of just replace each other throughout, which is part of the chaotic nature of this match and kind of why it's hard to imagine how anybody went 5 stars on this. But we'll get through it.
And Logan, isn't this the one that Claudio won the year prior?
I will do some research on that before we get out of here for good. But
I'll look it up, but I'm pretty sure he won it the prior year.
Yeah, this is held yearly. They do this every year, and they actually started doing a women's one as well. I believe in the last few years, for Stephanie, who's the CMLL Women's Champion right now, she won it this past year. But yeah, it's definitely a yearly thing. I'm not super familiar with it. This is
Claudio won it.
The last time I will be watching this match. So, but
Claudio won it, last eliminating Volador Jr. I guess that's his name. Yeah.
So he's in this match as well. So, but we'll start things out. I'm probably going to take a few breaks. This is a lot to go through. It's not my best play-by-play, but it was the best I could do considering how long the match is. So we have Ishimori and Templario start the match out in the ring with Defunto and Rocky on the apron. So it's kind of treated as a tag a little bit, but they don't really tag in and out. They just kind of get tired and roll out to the outside. So those are the 4 that kind of start on the ring. The other 2 pretty quickly tag out. They hit a few moves, but not too much. Defunto scores a drop kick and is able to control kind of the segment between him and Rocky Romero. TJP and Volador are in next, and they kind of trade some quick offense, and TJP gets Hurricane Rana to the outside, which kind of ends their segment. Angel de Oro and Leo Rush then come in. They kind of get into a little bit of a shoving match. They have a lot of reversals in this segment, but a drop kick ultimately knocks Rush to the outside. Oro does a back handspring taunt to really get the crowd going. The crowd really pops for that. I would say this is kind of the best segment of the match so far. Not that it's gone on very long, but Andrade and Titan are in next. They don't really, nobody ever really gets an advantage of this one. They just kind of trade reversals back and forth before kind of getting into a shoving match, and the ref kind of gets in between them, and they obviously bail out, and the next 2 come in. Zandokan and Dijak then come in. Dijak uses his size and strength to get some quick shots in, but he gets a little too cocky. A clothesline bump to the outside kind of ends their run in the match. Neon and Robbie X are then in. Another round of reversals that kind of ends in a shoving match that nobody ever really gets, an advantage or anything like that. And it just kind of ends. Atlantis and Mortos then come in. So they're kind of rotating through everybody. Everybody kind of gets their spot in the ring. But Atlantis and Mortos are next. Mortos hits a big headbutt to start this one. And then Atlantis hits an awesome monkey flip and Hurricane Rana. Mortos actually stays in, and Mascara Dorado comes in as the next person. But Mascara kind of dispatches him quickly, and then Michael Oku comes in to have his round in the ring. Dorado does 2 incredible springboard arm drags, and he also does that kind of the same back handspring taunt to kind of get the crowd going again. Angel De Oro does that pretty much every time he's in the ring. I don't point it out again, I don't think. But and then we get our final 2 guys that are kind of having their first time in the ring. We have Mystico and Speedball, Mike Bailey. They're the kind of last of this round of guys. Speedball is able to get the advantage with a quick strike with his quick striking ability, though Mystico uses some of his own speed for a Hurricane Rana and springboard arm drag. He also nails a twisting tope to the outside onto Bailey, and then Bedlam absolutely erupts as everybody's just fighting on the outside. We then kind of start the second round of battles, is what I call them. It's Templario and Rocky to start. Rocky hits a clothesline and then puts him in the corner and hits quite a few more. Rocky then gloats and Templario super kicks him and then drop kicks him onto the ramp. Volador and Ishimori are then in. Volador quickly Hurricane Rana's Ishimori to the outside and then does a crazy tilt-a-whirl head scissors on Mortos to the outside as well. We then get Rush and Teton back in. Lots of reversals, but Teton eventually hits a jumping sidekick, kind of in their segment. TJP is then in, and he locks Teton in a leg submission when Defunto is able to come in, and he locks in a submission on him as well. So he has 2 submissions on at once. When he lets go of Teton, he rolls out, and then he locks Defunto into another submission. Defunto breaks out of that and hits some running strikes. TJP eventually tries to miss him, but due to the thickness of Defunto's mask, the mist does not have any effect. And I think he's supposed to be like a zombie or kind of like an undead character, so I think it's also just because of that it doesn't really affect him. We then have Andretti and Oro come in. They knock both guys down that were previously in the ring and then kind of go after each other. We trade some pins and strikes in this kind of segment. Andretti hits a twisting springboard in the ring and eventually hits a springboard moonsault to the floor. Robbie X and Zandokan are in next. X lays in some weak ass, I think, strikes. So it's chops actually. But Zandokan shows him how it's done and really annihilates him with a chop. X does hit a Pele kick after that, and then he gets Zandokan up on his shoulders, and he's kind of a larger luchador, so he does some squats with him on his shoulders. He doesn't really do anything off of that, but X is able to eventually knock him off the apron, and we kind of move on to the next pair of guys. It is Dijak and Neon. A huge size discrepancy here, of course. Dijak no-sells all of his offense, and again is able to use his size and power to get the advantage, but Neon does move out of the way of a splash in the corner and eventually hits a big double springboard moonsault, which is probably the spot of the match so far in my mind. We then have Mortos and Mystico in. Mystico easily controls the segment and hits a tilt-a-whirl head scissors, and he does that to the outside and then hits a big crossbody to the floor. Atlantis and Oku are then in. Oku is able to score multiple strikes before Atlantis catches him on a springboard and does a package tombstone. Atlantis then goes up but gets tripped up on the top rope. Oku then goes up as well and goes for his mask. He then chokes him in the Tree of Woe. Mascara Dorado then comes in and they double team him and almost actually eliminate Oku, but he's able to kick out at the last second. Speedball then comes in and evens the odds, and they trap him. They both trap each of the guys in a single leg crab. Bailey and Oku then do tandem springboard moonsaults under them on the floor, and again, absolute bedlam breaks out. All the guys are fighting on the outside. We then have Teton and Ishimori back in. A somersault tope from Teton kind of ends their segment. Volador and Leo Rush are back in the ring. Rush eats a super kick, and then Andretti comes in to kind of save his buddy because they were partners in AEW at this point, so they're obviously tag team partners coming into this match. But Neon then saves Volador, but he actually gets kicked to the floor as well. And then Rush and Andretti each hit tope suicidas to the outside. Rush then hits a springboard moonsault out onto them as well. Rocky and Templario then are in again. Rocky unleashes some big strikes and a double foot stomp on the floor. Tilt-a-whirl DDT only gets 2 for Rocky. They continue trading offense back and forth until Templario hits a back handspring moonsault from the ramp only for 2. TJP is then in and shows Templario some respect, and Rocky barges back in and knocks him to the floor. Oro then comes in to fight TJP. A back and forth segment between these two ends in a tope suicida for Oro. We then have Mortos and Defunto in. Defunto hits 3 insane springboard dives back to back to back. He does another crazy tightrope drop kick as well. And then Mortos hits 2 absolutely devastating backbreakers. He hits him with a discus clothesline, and we have our first elimination. So Defunto is the first guy out of the match. That was roughly 40 minutes into the match. So I'm going to take a break, and I'm going to ask Shawn Kidd what you thought of this first stretch of match.
I'd rather wait till I go through the whole match. Like legit, like I have a lot of things I want to say about this match, but it's more bucketed, so I'm going to defer because I want to talk about the match as a whole for me personally.
I got you. Keith, do you have any thoughts to this point in the match?
I mean, I guess my whole thought of like how the beginning is, where it's just, I guess maybe I don't understand the concept of this match because I didn't understand why, like, you'd have start off with 2 guys, they would do a move, and then they would roll out, and the next guy would come in, and then it was like, and every time, like, you know, a move would happen, both guys would leave, and then 2 other guys would come in, and then it was like those 2 guys would do a move, and then they would leave, and 2 other guys. I just didn't understand like the way that the structure went, and it seemed like that to be really like the whole way. It was constantly, and there's no storytelling in this match. And that's one of the things that really bothers me about this whole match up until, I guess, like the falls, you start really getting these eliminations, is that it's just, there's no storytelling in the match. It's just, it's guys doing spots, and they do the spot, and then they leave, and then they do a spot, and then they leave. Now the crowd is like,
oh yeah, they're
white hot. So, I mean, maybe this is something that like you come to expect if you're going to go to this like show and see this, I guess. I didn't like it. And it's not that I don't like multi-man matches, because you can see multi-man matches where they have things kind of developing storylines and you know, I guess, or match progressions being building on the side or being built on one side of the ring or whatever the case is. I just didn't really enjoy that from the beginning. I thought it was just kind of weird, especially since it'd be one thing if like one guy's in the ring, he hits a move, and then another guy comes in and then he hits a move, or that guy gets, you know, his offense, and then it just seemed like you'd have 2 guys, they'd hit a move, both of them would leave, and then the next 2 guys would come in, they'd hit a move, both of them would leave. It just seemed that way, and I just didn't, it kind of took me out of it right away. I'm sorry. That's just my opinion.
No, your opinion is your opinion. You can have it. That's perfectly fine. Schiff, what about you?
So, I will say there was that Rocky was getting beat by a guy that looked like he had the. Did you ever see that movie, The Black Phone?
I've heard of it.
Yes. Good. Yes.
He had a mask that looked like that, and that's all I saw when Rocky Romero was getting beat by the guy. I will say, like, one of my notes here is like a lot of shit is happening. Not gonna lie, Leo rushing some guy. Crowd is hot. Multiple kip ups in this, and then I just wrote, "This is a goddamn exhibition." That's what it felt like.
Yeah, absolutely. And not in a good way.
Then I was like, TJ Perkins in the ring now. He's got some shitty tattoos. He spit in a masked person's face, but was unsuccessful because obviously he's a fucking idiot. And then,
see, I disagree. I think TJP was one of the better parts of this match, but that's me. But
shit takes every other Thursday here on the back.
That's also not true.
It's not a shit take.
This is every other Thursday.
And then I have a note that says, "Dude did an amazing move to Dijak and springboard something." Fuck if I know.
See, God doesn't like your fucking takes.
Sound like Dijak just came into his house.
That's great.
That's a big dude.
I think that was the Beast Mortos rolling into Shiflets.
Is that the zombie guy?
No, Defunto is the.
Oh, Defunto. Oh, excuse me.
No, the Beast Mortis is the guy. Looks like a little short beast. That's fucking Monet right now. So.
Monet. Monet.
Yeah.
You have any other thoughts, Chip?
The lightning take you out. I think Shift just shifting his pants because of that that thunder clap.
No, but like the spring. I don't know. It's just a lot of craziness happened. Thank you for doing this, Logan. It's just insane. Like, and not in a good way.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, it's one of those things. It's like there's cool moves in this match, but there's nothing like just insane. Like there's one move that Neon did that was really cool. He like springboarded from the ramp onto the rope, onto the other rope, and did a dive. And like Defunto had a good real run there before he got eliminated. But like you can see springboard moonsaults on TV every week. And maybe that's a problem with modern wrestling, but like none of these moves are just like bonkers or anything like that.
So
you know?
When TJ Perkins does the mist,
Mm-hmm.
that's why his face is all fucked up.
What? Whose face is all fucked up?
TJ, like he's got like it
No,
looks
he
like
has like paint on his face.
He has paint on.
Yeah,
oh,
yeah,
okay.
yeah.
All right. Okay. Oh, okay. Because I'm like, what the fuck is that whole nonsense? Okay.
Nah, he has like a weird character in JPW at this point. He's like insane and has like
Man, I
paint
really
and
liked
shit
when
like
he
that,
was.
so-
I liked when he was in WWE.
He's
Like,
kind
what
of an
happened?
He's because he's a prick. That's
Yeah,
all.
I think he's kind of low key a prick.
Yeah, he's a
Also,
low-key
why
prick.
Dijak is probably in this match and not in WWE. So
Yeah, you got two pricks in this match. Yeah.
in the Grand Prix.
Did you just say that that TJ Perkins is a low key prick? Like
He
low
is.
key is a low
He
key.
legit is. No,
Well,
he is
yeah, maybe
legit
a little
prick.
bit like low
Like
key.
low key is a low key prick.
Yeah, I was like, low key is a high key prick.
Low key is salt of the earth. How dare you?
Highly unlikely.
Highly
Unlikely, Jess. But we'll get back into it. We come back and we have Neon and Speedball in the match. They do a lot of crazy pinfall attempts back and forth. Nobody obviously gets the pinfall, but Neon eventually hits a Hurricane Rana to the floor. That kind of ends their segment. Dijak and Mascara Dorado are then in next. Crazy Hurricane Rana by Dorado. Dijak also hits a crazy springboard corkscrew to the floor.
That was
which
cool.
I thought was crazy for his size.
That was
like
cool.
that move was cool, but like a lot of this stuff is just kind of.
I like Dijak too, so like,
And
I'm
we'll-
a big
and we'll-
Dijak fan.
And we'll get into Destroyer madness as we get throughout the rest of this match, but yeah, Dijak hitting the springboard corkscrew to the floor was pretty awesome. They're both obviously taken out, so Mystico and Action Andretti are then in the ring. They have a back and forth early, but Mystico gets the better of the exchange. He eventually is able to get a reversal into a cradle attempt, and Andretti is our second man eliminated. We then have Rocky and Teton in the ring. Teton uses his speed and athleticism to get the best of this exchange. This one leads to Oro and TJP getting back in the ring. Oro hits an awkward springboard moonsault and knees TJP in the face. A Michinoku driver is only good for 2 for Oro, and then TJP eventually gets him in kind of like an octopus submission, and he is able to get him to tap out. So Oro is now eliminated as well. TJP kind of slinks out of the ring after that, and we get Michael Oku and Zandokin in the ring. Oku hits a frog splash, but it's only good for 2. I felt like there was a botched elimination on Oku. He gets eliminated, but I don't really think he gets pinned. Zandokin hits like a attitude adjustment type move. He very clearly kicks out, but the ref tells him to hit the showers. He tells him to get out of there. So I don't know what happened there, but it didn't seem like he got pinned for the 3 count, but apparently he did. So Oku is gone. Ishimori and Templario are then in. A 6 slingshot Canadian Destroyer followed by a 450 from Ishimori eliminates Templario. That's our first Canadian Destroyer. You can start a counter at this point, and you will be drunk by the end. Neon and Robbie X are then in. Back handspring cutter only gets 2 for X. Springboard double foot stomp also only gets 2. We get another Canadian Destroyer followed by a crazy outside somersault, and that is good enough to eliminate X. So Robbie X is now gone as well. Volador Jr. and Leo Rush are then in. We get another crazy Canadian Destroyer, and that is good enough to eliminate Leo Rush. Atlantis and Mortos are then in. Multiple tilt-a-whirl backbreakers followed by a somersault tope for Atlantis. I thought those were some pretty good series of moves. No elimination there, but we then get Ishimori and Mystico. Hurricane Rana to the outside for Mystico, and Ishimori returns the favor and follows it with a springboard moonsault. We then have Zandokin and Dijak come in. A rolling La Magistral cradle is only good for 2. Dijak hits Feast Your Eyes. That's what he called it in the WWE. I don't know what he actually calls it otherwise, but he hits Feast Your Eyes, and then he hits a top rope moonsault, and Zendoken is then eliminated. So Dijak gets that elimination. Atlantis is then in. TJP and Ishimori both come in, and them two and Dijak kind of triple team Atlantis, but Atlantis is actually pretty resilient, and he actually wards all three of them off, and he eventually hits a frog splash, and Dijak is gone next. We then have Dorado and Rocky in. Dorado whiffs a 450, and Romero locks in all kinds of submissions. And Dorado, despite totally tapping multiple times, the ref does not eliminate him. They battle up to the top, and eventually Dorado brings him down with a head scissors and eliminates Rocky Romero with a shooting star press. We then have Neon and Speedball back in. Neon controls quickly and gets a 2 count. He then hits a top rope Poison Rana, and Speedball still kicks out of that. He goes back up to the top again, but Speedball is able to pull him down. And shocker, Speedball eliminates him with a Canadian Destroyer. So Neon is now gone as well. Atlantis and Mortos are then back in. Atlantis controls and then hits a running splash from the ramp into the ring. Mortos then gets his knees up on a frog splash and hits a spear. So Atlantis Jr. is now eliminated as well. Teton then comes in and comes after Mortos, and Mortos crushes him with a discus clothesline, but Teton actually is able to kick out. Teton hits a superplex, but Mortos kicks out of that as well. A springboard double stomp, and then a top rope double stomp from Teton eliminates Mortos, so Mortos is out here. TJP and Dorado then come back in. It looks like Dorado once again taps quickly, but again, apparently the ref doesn't call it. TJP avoids a top rope attack, hits a tornado DDT, and he finally, for real this time, gets him to tap. So Mascara Dorado is gone. Ishimori and Volador are then in. They go back and forth, and Volador even hits a Canadian Destroyer. Shocker. But Ishimori kicks out, and then Ishimori is able to get Volador to tap out to the Gargano escape. Mystico is then in with.
I wish I could Gargano escape out of this fucking match.
Wow. Mystico is then in with Ishimori. Ishimori, they trade pinfall attempts but are unsuccessful. Another Canadian Destroyer. Mystico with a top rope Spanish fly, but Ishimori kicks out. Mystico then hits a springboard frog splash, and that's good enough to eliminate Ishimori. Teton and Speedball are then in. Teton hits a sick double stomp to Speedball's back and then hits a twisting slam, but it's only good for 2. Speedball then hits him with a super kick, and after a brief flurry of strikes from Teton, Speedball is able to hit the tornado kick and then the flamingo driver, and Teton is gone. And finally, we are down to the last 3. It is going to be Mystico versus TJP and Speedball. So I will stop there before I get to the little bit final stretch, but Schiff, what do you think of this kind of middle portion?
So I'm not gonna lie, when Mystico eliminated Action Andretti, I loved how the announcer started screaming out Mystico, Mystico, Mystico. It was awesome.
Mm-hmm.
I have a note here that says this was made 5 stars because Dave has a hard on for CMLL now, like he used to for New Japan.
Mm-hmm. Yep. You are not incorrect.
This has not been a fun match. I feel for you. I feel for all of us for having to watch this. I like
Speedball.
I wish I could take a Speedball that would kill me right now.
Sean, I won't go to you because you want to save your stuff for the end.
No, I could go a couple things.
Let's hear from you, Sean. What do you think?
All right. So listen, I'll talk about the overall match. Like you brought up a couple things about the Destroyers. There's more than like Destroyers that are watch, rinse, repeat in this match for
so
sure.
many Destroyers. I feel like it's the Strait of Hormuz.
Well, we could also talk about the Hurricanranas, the Dives, the Planchas, the Sintons.
Well, like Hurricanranas make sense, but the Canadian Destroyers just get out of control.
But I will tell you, by the end of this match, I've seen enough Destroyers that I never need to see one ever again.
I'll say Petey Williams is rolling over in his non-existent grave.
But I do think at this point, though, there are some really good performances. And I think, listen, obviously, I think the match length obviously that's killed a lot of the buzz that people feel for this match, at least for this group. And I know Shiv said it was a shit take earlier, but I thought TJP was really good. Like the early sequence
I
where he had
he's
like
a highlight. I agree with you.
yeah, he had one wrestler trapped in an octopus submission at the same time, did a German suplex on another guy, like at the same time while he had the submission on. Like, how do you not think that's fucking awesome? You know, and he also eliminated 2 people, having them tap out for the octopus. And again, I don't like how he was eliminated, but I thought he's definitely one of the MVPs. And the other person I thought was really good up to this point, I was very impressed by the Beast Mortis. He had a good exchange with Defunto. Defunto was flying all over the place, doing dives.
He was really impressive too for not knowing who he was.
Right. And Mortis just destroyed him. Like repeated backbreakers across the knee, looked brutal, and he's just great. I'll talk about the rest of the guys later, but that's kind of like my summary so far. So
I got you, Keithy. What do you think before we get to the final stretch?
I agree with what Schiff and Sean are both saying about this. I mean, although I did think that TJ Perkins was a highlight, I also like Speedball. I do like Mike Bailey. I'm also impressed with Dijak being like as big of a guy and hanging in there with a lot of these, like what you would consider, I don't know, what super lightweights or whatever the case is. I mean, like just a lot of luchadors, a lot of high flying action for a guy that's pretty big and pretty massive. So I was impressed with that. I mean, but again, I felt that this stretch of the match was a lot more. It had a lot more storytelling. It had a lot more development going into it. So I liked this stretch a lot more, actually. So I think you're right. After the first pinfall, it kind of like it changes a little bit and it starts to become more of like almost a traditional wrestling match, you know?
Yeah, we'll get to it in the end, but it's almost just a little too much chaos for what it's worth. Like, I don't know that it worked.
No, I agree. I'm just saying
like chaos can work, but it
turns a little bit more. It starts to look more like a regular match.
Yeah. But anyways, like I said, we're down to one person from Team Mexico, 2 from Team International. Obviously, it's TJP and Speedball versus Mystico. For some reason, at this point, they can just both be in the ring. So Speedball and TJP kind of double team Mystico for a little bit. He's actually able to get Speedball out of the ring and takes him out with a tope suicida. TJP then does a dive out onto Mystico as well. He hits a top rope splash, but Mystico kicks out. Strikes back and forth between the two. They both score kicks at the exact same time. They both hit each other with like a big boot and both kind of fall back. This allows Speedball to recover, and the double teams kind of start back. They put him up top and try to take his mask off, but then they kind of bail on that, tie him up in the Tree of Woe, and hit 2 really devastating back-to-back kicks. They both then kind of gloat to the crowd, obviously playing the heels or the foreigners in this situation. And Mystico is able to recover. He kicks Speedball to the floor, and then Mystico does a top rope Spanish fly, and that eliminates TJP. So we're down to Mystico and Speedball Mike Bailey. Speedball then offers him a handshake. Mystico obviously very hesitant, and he should have been, as Speedball immediately kicks him after they shake hands. We then follow that with another Canadian Destroyer. Speedball then locks in an armbar, and then somehow they trade pin attempts out of this. It was kind of crazy how they did that. Speedball then whiffs on a standing ultimate weapon. Speedball then rolls to the outside and calls for a timeout. Mystico then goes after him on the apron, but he kind of slides under him as he was on the apron. Speedball then hits a springboard moonsault to the floor. They then battle on the apron, and Speedball hits the ultimate weapon on the hardest part of the ring. We then get a super kick, and he goes for the flamingo driver again, but Mystico breaks out. We get another Canadian Destroyer, and then Mystico hits a tilt-a-whirl into La Mystica, gets the submission, and Team Mexico takes home the Grand Prix trophy for 2025 for the men. So that wraps things up. Mystico with the big win. He wins it for his team. He survives the 2-on-1 onslaught there at the end. So, Sean, I'll go to you first. What did you think of this match?
All right. So overall, the biggest issue obviously is the length. I feel like if you cut it by half, I think you get like what Keith said is like that middle part started kicking and going, but I think we could have eliminated a lot of that first 40 minutes and really made this more of a cohesive match. And, again, it was high spot after high spot. A lot of hurricanranas, Canadian destroyers. The other thing that really drove me nuts in this was there was way too much no selling. Like, they would do so many big moves, and they wouldn't sell the fucking moves. And I just didn't like that. The other thing is when they go to the top ropes, they would sit there and, like, hold their hands up for the crowd, and the crowd was great. But there's too many delays and, like, going from move to move, especially when on the top rope. And then you see people kind of, like, moving themselves into position to take those moves off the top rope. It was pretty obvious. So that's the stuff that really pissed me off in the match. Now, going back to a couple of the wrestlers, Mike Bailey, Keith said it, was absolutely amazing. Like, sequence with Michael Oku that had to, like, it led into, like, a huge floor brawl I thought was good. His exchanges with Neon I thought were really good. Neon's hurricanrana from behind while Bailey was draped across the top rope I thought was really good. And Bailey looked really good as the heel too late in the match, especially when it came to him and TJP working over Mystico. I thought that was really good. Keith also brought out Dijak. I think he was the biggest surprise for me in this whole match. And I think I messaged you, Logan. I didn't really understand how he never made this WWE let this ball drop, but I think he's also one of those perceived assholes behind the scenes, which probably fucked him over. But he bumped all over the place for the small luchadors. He hit a twisting senton on the floor, and he looked like a complete, like, monster. So Robbie X, terrible. Don't know why he was here.
Wow.
He was terrible. Like, I don't
fired.
know. Yeah, I don't know.
His
know why
chops
he was
were bullshit, but I think that was kind of supposed to be the.
Yeah, I think he
that
was bullshit.
kind of on purpose.
I thought Mystico for me was very good in this match. I can't lie. But Bailey and TJP working them together to wear him down. They attacked his mask, and it made it feel like Mystico was fighting for his life. I was not crazy about TJP being pinned off the Spanish Fly because they had done so many punishing maneuvers earlier to people that kicked out of shit like that, and so I didn't really think that was cool either. So, and I thought Bailey looked good when he lost. The outside moonsault after Mystico missed the dive was pretty good. The standing moonsault with the knees on the apron looked great. And then his flamingo driver is also a great move. So, listen, the crowd deserves a lot of the credit. They actually were engaged the entire fucking match. They stayed hot for 80 minutes. They reacted to everything everybody did. This might be a shit take. Listen, it's not a 5-star match by any stretch of the imagination for me, because there's just too much fluff. But I am going to give it probably a solid 4.25 for me. So that's what I'll do.
Yeah, I got you. Keithy, what about you?
Jesus, I just had something and then I lost it. I mean, is this match a 5-star match? Absolutely not. No way.
No. In no earth is a 5-star match.
No, and it
can be great, but it's not.
Well, it's one of those where he clearly is. Meltzer's clearly giving it 5 stars because it went 84 minutes long. I mean, that's really it. And this is just
like I said, he's very locked in on Mystico at this point, and he's like, fan of his, so,
I get why though. Mystico's really
good. He's really good. Yeah,
he's really good. Yeah.
This could have definitely used. I think I had texted you guys. I went, there's about 60 minutes of meh, and Logan, you came back and you went, it's more like 80 minutes of meh. And you know what? I would say it's definitely 40 minutes too long. Like, this is just
right.
But it's a 10-man tag, so I guess that makes sense. If it's single elimination, I mean,
yeah, if you're gonna involve 20 people, it's gonna go a while, and it's gonna go a while, especially if it's elimination. Yeah, I mean, that's
and not have it be like a screwy WWE type finish where it's like 6 guys get disqualified for no fucking reason, you know.
But it shows you that they do this every year, and it's never been 5 stars before. So, like, what made this one so special?
Because it was so long. That's it. I mean, you know, and you can't just have like, I don't know. I just, it was a slog to get through, I feel like, and but the crowd is white hot, which the crowd. Oh, I know what I was gonna say. Sean wanted to give a compliment to the crowd. You had mentioned this in the chat, Logan. That referee is doing God's work. I mean,
God.
Not only that, did he have jeans on? It looked like he had jeans on. I'm like, this poor fat asshole.
He was morbidly obese, and he was there the whole time.
He is morbidly obese. He's wearing jeans. He's got like a long sleeve shirt on. God only knows how fucking hot it is in that arena, having to chase around after these people for so long.
He
Yeah,
was
no,
dying by the end of the match for sure.
that guy is the MVP of this match. Is the referee for this match. So that's what I'm going to say about that.
I got you. Schiff, what are your final thoughts?
It's raining in Schiff's house right now. Oh, I forgot to say, I would probably give Sean. Would you give this a solid 4?
I went 4.25.
I'll go 4. Upon rewatching it, and I did watch it while you were talking about it, Logan. I was watching it at like 5 times speed. Upon and like stopping.
Oh,
it
he's
and,
still
like,
not done.
I got done, but I would probably go 4. I think on my first watch I got so bored with it I went like 3.5. I would up it to 4.
It's better than the match we watched on our last episode.
Wrong.
Not wrong.
I don't know if I would agree with that statement.
Well, I don't care if you agree with it or not, but it's how I feel. So,
all right, Schiff. What do you think?
Oh, this was an abomination.
This is not an abomination.
I called it an abomination at the beginning of the
Oh,
show. I'm so glad you agree with me, Schiff.
it's not abomination. So it's a 4-star abomination, Keith?
I never said it was 4-star. Oh,
No, Keith. It's an abomination.
I just muted Sean.
Oh, God.
Well, I just unmuted, you dumb fuck.
We've heard enough of him.
You haven't heard enough. Oh, it's a 4-star abomination. I'm
I
Keith.
just-
Sir.
I just said that I rewatched it while Logan was going down, and I went up. I upped it while I rewatched it.
All right, Schiff. What are your thoughts?
I don't want to upset Sean. Apparently, yeah, this
It's
was
a
rough.
far
If
stretch to
just
call
would've
it.
been-
It is rough. It's not an abomination. That's what I'm like. What? Really?
If
Anyway,
it would have been
sorry.
like a 10 to 15 minute match with just like fatal 4-way or something, or even like a 6-man, it would have been a whole lot more feasible. But as we ran into 4 episodes ago when we had a long 6-man match that I was castrated on, that's right, I had my balls cut off by Sean. Yeah, this just wasn't it for me.
Needed more
I guess,
sting.
yeah, it did. Thank you. I guess if it, I guess I'm not a true wrestling fan, then, boys.
Well, I mean, I
girls
just
who are
think
listening.
Lucha Libre is probably like true Lucha Libre, but like this is probably just not your bag, which is not mine either. So it's not something.
You
to be
guys like
backed
Lincoln
by.
Loop? You like Lincoln Loop Luchas?
Yeah, but that's like grimy.
That's
and
2
dirty
episodes
and-
there, Sean.
And it wasn't like 82 minutes either. Listen, I get
Yeah.
your point. I think calling it abomination's a little bit much. That's all I'm saying. So
You have a star rating, Schiff, or do you care?
3.5.
oh, what a shit take.
What a shit take.
What a shit.
I'm with the 4-star kind of squad. Like
Yeah.
I fully appreciate that this is not my style of wrestling. I also fully appreciate that these guys despite the fact that they've kind of swapped in and out for 80 minutes, they did still wrestle and were active for 80 minutes.
Were
so
they?
I mean, for the
It was
most part,
nonstop. It was nonstop.
I will give it. Yeah, I will give it that. It was nonstop throughout that time, and I really don't feel like it. I mean, kind of towards the end, it was like, oh my gosh, is this match almost over? Is this match almost over? But I felt like I watched it in 2 parts. Obviously, I told y'all, but I felt like the first time I watched it went by pretty quickly in the grand scheme of things. I didn't.
If they
think-
cut this match in half, it could have reached 5 stars.
yeah, if
They
it
cut
was
in
if it was 45
Yeah.
minutes or 50 minutes, I think it probably could have reached a higher level. But yeah, like
It insists upon itself.
And
it's
Schiff,
one of those
all kidding
things-
aside, I do understand why you don't like the match. So I know I'm being an asshole, but I get it. I totally
Yeah.
get it.
and it's one of the like I said, I think this is a match. If you go 5 stars on it, you really like Lucha Libre, or you like really love one of the people in it, and you really have to understand that this is just the
Really love
style
TJP.
of- yeah, or that. Yeah.
Well, I
Or-
thought he was good. I didn't go 5 stars.
Yeah.
I'm
But
fucking with
you
you.
just
Yeah, I know.
my point is like this match is for a very specific person. Like if they watch it and go 5 stars, they very much like this style, like, you know, and they like kind of how Lucha Libre works and how in and out and all the action is like that. But like I said, for it to be 5 stars, they would have had to have pulled out some crazy move that I've like never seen in my life or anything like that. Or obviously the time could have been cut down pretty drastically. And they're just repetitive of the Canadian destroyers, because like I said, you could have started drinking when they hit the first one and you would have been drunk by the end of the match. So there's just a lot of stuff that I didn't enjoy within this match, but I also appreciate the effort. I also appreciate some of the really cool moves that they did do throughout. So I will give it at least 4, but there's no earth where I will ever exist where this is 5 stars for me. So just not my bag in the grand scheme of things. But yeah, I think Meltzer definitely got this one wrong. This one was only 5 stars. He didn't go 5+ on this one. So, but this one was from last August. So I have a feeling this next round of this year's match is coming up pretty soon. As we're in July when we're recording this. So
and Logan the one year before the Claudio one, he went 4.5 on. So
okay, yeah. I mean, I assume he probably goes pretty high on this every year, but like I was saying, there's been plenty of these before this, and the fact that this one is the only 5-star one, I kind of don't think there's that much gap or difference between that and this. So I'm kind of just iffy about it. That's why I think he kind of, like I said, a lot of Mystico matches are ranked 5 stars in 2025, and I just think he kind of locked in on him for the year, and everything he did was just 5 stars, great on all that kind of stuff. So, but yeah, he clearly, I think from our ratings, didn't know best this time. So we'll go around for some plugs real quick. Keithy, I'll go to you first. What do you have to plug?
Please listen to me every week with my BFF PD Winston on GFA Live. You can hear that on any kind of podcatcher app that you have. We're currently rolling through 1990. Probably by the time this drops, we're going to be as close as we can get to Survival Series 1990. So just if that's your comfort food,
the ultimate survival.
That's right. And actually, it's funny. I made a really.
I was watching this match. Was the ultimate survival?
It was light dawns on Marblehead here. I realized the reason why they did that ultimate match of survival is because that way they didn't have to make a choice between what was going to be the touted main event, Hogan's team or Warrior's team. So I went, oh, that was kind of a smart move on Vince's behalf there. He didn't, the main event is the match of survival. So there you go. But anyway, so yeah, listen to that and then everything that we do here on the Backbone.
Gotcha. Sean, anything you'd like to plug tonight?
No, since Keith only promoted the one pod that isn't on the Backbone, I will shit take Hands of Z, and obviously this one
you're
too.
Such an asshole. You're literally. I said, listen to everything we do here on the Backbone. You fucking dick.
Oh, my BFF. Oh, another pod feed. All right, go ahead, Logan. I'm good.
Schiff, what about you?
Thank you.
Earth and Schiff.
Check out everything here. I mean, he's playing the shit that you can't hear. So, but yeah, just check out everything here. We're doing great work. We've done like 700 episodes total. I think Logan's done 657 of them. So just check everything out here, and we'll see you again in 2 weeks, which hopefully is an 82-minute match. So I should probably start watching now.
I actually think we get our first taste of Flair Steamboat next, so we'll see.
Oh God, I'm totally not. I am totally bailing on that one. Damn, pal.
I'm not sure which one it is, but I think the next two, one of them is Flair Steamboat. So we'll see.
Oh God.
But yeah, just check out everything here on the Backbone. We're all doing great stuff. Like Schiff said, we're up to about 650 so pods, are working towards 700. So we've put in a lot of effort and a lot of hours doing this stuff, and we enjoy it and love it, and we'll continue to do it. But thank you for joining us as always, and we will see you next time.
Stacking stars like snapshots, old tapes on the floor, tiny desks, big opinions, turning why into more. If it's good, it's a classic. If it's bad, it's exposed. Every truth, every tangent hits you right in the soul. 5-star Dave, call it how you see it. Turn that page, history read it. Talk that talk, make the whole room lean in. 5-star Dave, say it, you believe it. Raise that grade, love it or you leave it. Thumbs in the air for the man who means it. 5-star Dave. Hey! Who's keeping score? He's counting more than numbers. Heart, grit, glory, every loss, every wonder. You can cheer, you can rage, you can shout at the screen, but you're still tuned in to the voice of the dream. 5-star Dave, call it how you see it. Turn that page, history read it. Talk that talk, make the whole room lean in. Hey, Leland, 5-star Dave, say it, you believe it. Raise that grade, love it or you leave it. Thumbs in the air for the man who means it. 5-star Dave.